What's going on, everybody? All right. Just having a little breakfast here. And today is the first day we reset our account balance. All right. So what I want you to do is go over here to your paper trading account, click onto reset account and set that sucker for 20 grand. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to start a new trading challenge. Graham, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. So we'll reset everything. And as you know, we like to shoot for 8% in 2 weeks. And we had an incredible February. Okay. We had 24%. Little over $4,000, right? On that last one. I sent that out to everybody. You should have the results, and we've been posting it on the Facebook groups and stuff. Yeah, I think it was like 24. We made around like $4,800. So that's about 24% on our money in 2 weeks, just trading the micro accounts and a couple of metal accounts on there. Full contract of I believe copper, full contract of copper and the micro accounts. So, we did very well. And what we noticed this time around, was that we had the best results. When we really stuck to that $200 risk tolerance. As you know, you want to trade 1% of your total current account value. So as we're starting off here at 20,000. That would be $200 per trade. Okay, $200 per trade. And as that account balance increases, that risk number can go up. Okay, so because we're trading micros, it's like, okay, so we really didn't go up very much. We went from 200 to about $238. And per trade, but that 30 extra bucks, on a small account, it's really not that much. But if you're not right within $200, don't worry about it. Whether it's $200 or $230, just don't worry about it. We saw that we had to take a couple of chances, right? Got stopped out twice in a row. And then that third trade was the one that made it. So we learned a lot. We learned a lot during this trading challenge. So let's see what we can get into for over the next 2 weeks and see what kind of percentage we can make on our money here. But 24% is outstanding. 24% in 2 weeks is outstanding. So let's start off with the metals market because that's already open. And let's take a look here. Let's go over to gold. Gold has broken out of the opening range. And let's see. Why do you think it broke out to the upside on that opening range today? Go out to your 4-hour chart, take a look. Well, we've got an uptrend. And we also have momentum with us, and we are in an impulse phase. Middle chart, 1-hour chart, also in an uptrend. Hey, Frank, good morning. Good to see you. Also in an uptrend on the 1 hour chart. Momentum is above positive 200. That's pretty significant. So what do we have here? We've got trend and momentum across multiple time frames, right? That is a very powerful combination, and it's one of the things that we look for to take these open range trades. Okay, so what are we waiting for? Well, I mean, this is quite a move out. This is quite a move out. Go out to that 4 hour chart and let's just look left here and see what are we heading for here. Where is the high time frame? Okay, so right here, right? Rally base drop, and that is what we're heading for. So there's your curve zone. And we're just starting to hit that. Okay, so we're just starting to run into that high time frame supply zone, which we call the curve. Okay. Where is the major demand zone? It's right here, right? You can say from there to there. Okay, see that? We're taking the bottom part of that wick there. And we've got this rally base rally that caused all of this movement here. And this rally base rally broke through structure right here. So we like to get a fix on, you know, what this formation here did. And because this is a basing candle, I mean, this is a very long, this is a very wide demand zone that we've got here. And that's okay. That's okay. You can shorten it up by just taking the wick, the tail of the opening range. If we put TrendCloud on there, what I like about the way this demand zone is drawn out is that TrendCloud is a part of it, right? And what do we know about price? We know that it likes to go from supply zone back to demand zone. And this is where the corrective move, right? So now we're starting to hook down here on our cycle indicator. Where does this corrective move want to end? Well, it wants to end somewhere inside the trend cloud to make the move back up. Okay. This is what we are looking for. That's what we're looking for. Let's clean this up here. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Don't get too fancy with the charts. Otherwise, you end up driving yourself crazy. Okay, so let's leave it alone. There we go. All right. We get the idea. All right, so we're waiting for some sort of reaction off of the supply zone to give us some information about, you know, what this is going to do. So on the high time frame, we've just run into a supply zone, and I think what we want to try and do, okay, is wait for this to turn red, right? So that we can capture the movement here all the way down back into this area. So we want to capture this movement on the high time frame. So if we go out to the lower time frames, everything is still up, right? Which time frame is going to cross over to the downside first? It's going to be your lowest time frame, right? So the lowest time frame is going to give us our first signal that this will be going short. So if we drop down to the 5-minute chart, wait for TrendCloud to populate here. Come on, TradingView. What's going on? What we can do here is set an alert, right? Go out to that time clock. Let's get rid of this. And we're going to create a new alert. There we go. Okay. Had a lot to process there. 5-minute chart. Let's set an alert on TrendCloud. Or let's set an alert. Go to TrendCloud and the crossover signal, right? And we're going to say once per bar. Gold move down. Create. There we go. And that's going to populate that alert here for us. There we go. All right. So on the lowest time frame, as soon as we get a crossover to the downside, we will be looking to rejoin that area. SEA long. SEA, is that a stock? What stock is that, Graham? Let's take a look. SEA. Seabridge Gold. Southeast Asia. SEA. I don't see it here. SEA, I got SEA Sky Cargo, Seabridge. Is it? This is you right here. Spear. Is this one? Oh, SE. There we are. C Limited. Is that the one, Graham? SE. SE Limited. Okay, let's check it out. Wow, look at that. Yeah, that's interesting. Huh. Kind of follows C Limited. Kind of looks like our gold trade there. Stocks. Okay, there we go. Yep, very strong move to the upside there. And check it out. So earnings, looks like earnings are tomorrow or today at 9:30. Wait. March 4th. Okay. Not sure. But we are definitely extended. We're definitely extended on that middle time frame for this particular stock here. So it is definitely extended. So what are we looking at here? Depending on, what these earnings are going to say, or, we could have something like this. We could have a really strong move. We could have a really strong move below that 50, right, Graham? Because the 50 simple is where price wants to travel to, break below the 50 simple, recalculate, and then continue that move up. So we're actually in that 7th wave, right? This is actually wave number 7 here. Here's 6. That's actually wave number 7. We are definitely extended here. Look at how far down this thing has to travel on that 1 hour chart. This is the 5th wave on the high time frame, right? That's actually going to be an average trend on the highest time frame. So that's what I'm seeing here. That's what I'm seeing here. Pullback might be right to here. For another move up. 4, 5, 6, 7. Will the 4 hour go into the 7th wave? That's what we don't know. So yeah, just around in at 44. If you're in at 44 on this, Graham, I'd start looking for to take profits. Oh, you want to accumulate this. Yeah. So just understand, yeah, this might pull back pretty deep. So let's keep an eye on that. You may want to set an alert. See how it's on the 5-minute chart? See how it's consolidating on the 5-minute chart? It's getting ready to roll over and make a deep pullback. Where's that corrective move going to end? Well, it's going to end somewhere in here, or it's going to pull below the 50 to recalculate. And if it pulls below the 50 on that 1 hour chart, look where it's pulling back to on the 4 hour. It's pulling back right into that trend cloud, right? Yep. Might make another run up, but there you go, right there. $15-minute chart is consolidating. Very nice. Yep, I'd be looking for a pullback there. Awesome. All right. Gold making a move. Wow. Making a move and ripping through that supply zone. I mean, it just broke out of that opening range. Never came back. Holy cow. So you can see here the power of momentum. This is the power of momentum. When you've got trend on all 3 time frames, backed up by momentum, this is what happens, right? I mean, that is a huge move to the upside on gold. So, if it rips through here, hey, great. We're still going to be looking for some kind of pullback into support. And what we would be looking at would be this this middle time frame trend cloud here for a pullback. Middle time frame, trend cloud. High time frame, curve zone. Right there. That makes sense, right? Pulls back, moves up. Momentum is up. Everything is up. And it's also a retest of the opening range. So you see how we stack everything together? South Africa gold miners up 7%. So there's a lot of talk going on. There's a lot of talk going on. Probably some good news. Oh, auto fib. Well, what what you can do with that Fibonacci, you can do this. Here's the leg up. Here's the move up. So grab that fib retracement tool. Top of the candle to the bottom right there. And that gives you all of the pullbacks, right? Here's 50% right here. Does anything line up with TrendCloud? Not really, right? Even if we did that. So this might be a really deep pullback here. You can test it out by doing it down here, right? Top of the swing, bottom of the swing. Where did this pull back to? Pulled back to 50% right there and made a move up. This from here to here, where did it pull back? Top of the swing to the bottom of the swing, pulled all the way back $382. Did I do that wrong? Yeah, I did. Sorry. There we go. The pullback, when you're looking for those pullbacks, bottom of the swing, top of the swing, pulls back. Perfect. 618, golden ratio, right? Pulls back to the 618. Bottom of the swing, top of the swing, pulls all the way back to 50%. And up here, bottom of the swing, to the top of the swing. Where's it going to pull back to? If it retests, here's that 786 and 886 right inside of the demand zone and the move up. And that's how you can kind of determine, hey, where is this thing going to pull back to? Let's go over to copper. Auto fib. Yeah, I'll check that out, man. Thanks, Graham. We like stuff on autopilot. Here's copper. Copper is in the same situation. Go out to the 4-hour chart first. Rally, base, drop. And right here, drop, base, rally. There's your market edges right there. Pulling into that supply zone, right? Pulling right into that supply zone. Drop, base, base, rally. And kind of going sideways on that opening range. Sideways on the opening range. ADR checkpoints. Look at that. All right. So copper, if copper does make another move, there's that first ADR checkpoint right in the middle of that supply zone. So we have a little bit more to go. Pops up to there. Most likely, that's it. That's the end of the day, right? Average daily range. That's going to be your that's going to be like price running out of steam. It's the same way as looking at an extended trend. You know, when we find an extended trend that's over 5 waves, we kind of have to assume, all right, that's pretty much the end of the end of the trade, right? Or the end of the move. Average daily range is another great tool to use with your TrendCloud system. And we use it a lot here in the live room. And it's another way to say, okay, price has reached its final destination point. So you've got to pay attention to that. And I like keeping it on the 1 hour and the 15-minute chart here for reference points. All right. So if we wanted to take the opening range breakout, we're getting a TrendCloud signal here. It doesn't really have very far to go, right? There's not a lot of asymmetrical leverage here. Let's go over to silver. Silver also making a big move to the upside. Uptrend, cycling up, momentum is up. That's a lot of force to the upside. And you've got the same thing on the middle time frame, right? Trend and momentum across multiple time frames, breaking out to the upside. We even broke structure right there. Heading for that ADR checkpoint very early in the trend. Unfortunately, it never pulled back to make another move, right? It never pulled back here, break out to the upside, retest, and then make the move up. We didn't get that. We didn't get that today, unfortunately. But we did get some TrendCloud signals early on, and all of those, that really fell in line 7:15 in the morning, and also 8:15. 7:15, 8:15, we got TrendCloud signals. Uptrend, uptrend, momentum up, momentum up. So we could have taken this signal right here, right at that red line there. Actually, stop loss would have been right here. Stop loss. There's your entry right there. Entry, stop loss, boom. Target. All right. Those are the trades to look for. Platinum. Platinum just starting to break out to the upside. Now, platinum here. Platinum is super expensive. Oh, come on. I hate it when it does this. I just placed, let's go to our risk manager tool. Let's bring up that risk manager. Okay, there we go. Yeah, very expensive. Very expensive stuff. So we can take a retest of platinum here if we want. There we go. If platinum comes back and retests that previous day's high, we have a really nice shot at this to the upside. Whoops. There we go. $190 risk. If we pull back, we've got a nice move. Nice move to the upside here. ADR checkpoint right there. Will we get it? We don't know. This might take off, but looking at the metals market, because we see gold and silver, ripping through those supply zones, platinum has a good chance to follow that same pattern. But it looks like we already pulled back and retested that trend cloud. Who knows? We might get it again, right? We might get it again. But that's as far as we can go for risk. We can't pull back too far. So maybe this wants to consolidate a little bit longer and then make a nice move up. We'll see. We'll leave that on there. Let's see. Let's go over to crude oil. Micro crude. Uptrend, uptrend. Hanging out around 80 bucks. 5-minute chart. Man, there's a lot of lag today. All right, let's see. All right. We're in an uptrend. Momentum is down, making these lower highs here. Okay. So we've got momentum on our side if we break to the downside here, but we still have that upward trend, right? We want to have trend and momentum on our side. We want to have that together. Otherwise, we get very strange, sideways movements and stuff. Trend, momentum, when they're against each other, they kind of collide, and it's kind of like two cars colliding and crumpling up in those crumple zones, and just going nowhere. So looks like it wants to break out to the downside here, but I don't think we'll have very much movement because trend is very strong to the upside. Uptrend with downward momentum. So we need to wait on that. Natural gas. Looks like we got the same thing happening here. Natural gas has already broken to the downside in a very strong uptrend. So natural gas, uptrend, and momentum is up across multiple time frames, but we're breaking to the downside. So that means we're looking for traps, right? We're looking for those bear traps. Here's a retest of this TrendCloud signal right here. Okay, so we're inside of that 5-minute zone, pulling back pretty deep. We've got a support level here. What is that? Previous week's high, pulling back to the previous week's high, maybe. Almost hit that first ADR checkpoint. Right? ADR checkpoint is right there. So there's not much to go. We'd have to take it from here up. Uptrend, uptrend, momentum is up, pulling back into this zone. Very strong rejection candle here on that 4-hour chart. What's it running into on the 4-hour? Right here. Okay, so we we just hit that high time frame supply zone there. Huge rejection candle, and we're at the top of a cycle, about to cycle back down. So we're about to come back down and start this move, right? We are about to start this move back down. And that is quite a rejection candle there. So I don't really like that. We're going to go from here back up to here. There's really no way to form a nice trend, right? I can't see a trend forming in that little boxed out area, right? It might go like this. It might want to do something like this, right? We don't want that. We want to get in on stuff like down here where there's a lot of room to run. So even though we have everything on our side, right? We do have everything on our side to take this trade. I mean, this is definitely a bear trap. Trend and momentum are to the upside. This is pulled back into this demand zone here. There's just not a lot of room to run. And we are starting that downward cycle. Where else could this pull back to? Well, it could pull back it could pull back really deep. Look at all this consolidation down here. Right? Make that green. Consolidation. Real long consolidation. Breaks to the upside. So we've got all this resistance, right? Resistance, 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 resistance. Break out of the resistance. Previous resistance could become support. Previous resistance becomes support. And then the move out. Right? If it pulls back to here, we've got, now we've got some nice asymmetrical leverage here. Now we've got some nice move, or we've got a nice opportunity to make some money. So you see how it pays to be, discretionary, because all of this is lining up with our rules. Pulls back. Here's the bear trap. Upward trend, upward trend, upward momentum, at this moment in time, right? So this is just a deep pullback on the 5-minute chart, pulling back into a 15-minute demand zone. But again, it would be from here right to there, hitting that first ADR checkpoint. And natural gas is expensive, right? That's when you go to your risk manager. What would it cost us from here to here? Calculating. One contract, that's $155 from here to here. Two to 1, 3 to 1, 5 to 1. Okay, so we do have 2 to 1, and 3 to 1 is there's that 3 to 1. 3 to 1 is right there. So we still have time. We still have time to take this on that 15-minute chart. This is a competition. This is a competition. So, yeah, let's see. Let's see what happens. We'll lay that one out. Just we've got this, not sure what's going to happen. We've got this real deep, we've got this supply zone up here, this deep candle, very deep rejection candle. Okay, we made it in. Let's see what happens here. Okay. This might be something where you take a couple of shots at it. So that's only, that's less than 1%. And then we can take another shot at it down here, as long as, everything is still in our trade plan, right? But this is in the trade plan. This definitely Definitely fits the trade plan. Trend, momentum on our side. We're just at the top of the cycle, and we did just hit that supply zone, real deep rejection candle there. All right, so we'll take a shot at that and see how that turns out for us. Go back to the 5-minute. Five-minute opening range. Yeah. So the breakout to the downside is actually breaking out of the opening range to the downside right into this consolidation here, right into this drop base rally. This is like a drop base rally turning into a rally base rally. We've got our 5-minute transition candles. It's trying to transition to the downside right now. TrendCloud's giving us all that information. All right. So one contract means 2 to 1. And that's our 2 to 1 right there. 3 to 1. Yep, there's our 2 to 1 right there. So we're going to leave that alone. One contract, you got to take the 2 to 1, right? Every single time. If you only have one contract, you have to take the 2 to 1 because we can't scale out of the position. All right, we're cycling up. 5-minute chart, great. Cycling up on the 5-minute chart. Hopefully, we want to see something like this, right? Pulls up, maybe retest, and then makes that move. Hitting somewhere in this area. Okay, so we're shooting for a 2 to 1 here. Let's see if we get it. Let's go over to the indexes. We've got the opening range now. Micro S&P. Let's take a look. Whoa, got a lot of did a lot of lessons on that. 15-minute opening range. 15-minute opening range. Uptrend. Downward momentum. Okay, so what's going on here on the 4-hour chart? What's TrendCloud telling us? We've got this uptrend, and it's telling us that we are just starting a corrective phase, right? Cycle indicator tells you corrective phase or impulse phase, right? Correction into the trend cloud, impulse out of the trend cloud. So now we're at the very top of that cycle, and we're starting to pull back into trend cloud. So we're capturing this movement down into the trend cloud here. Box it out like that. And that is where we are running to, right? Pulling back into that trend cloud. Cycling down, momentum is down. So we're capturing this corrective move. Momentum is down on the middle time frame, and we're in that fourth wave, right? So we have to start seeing some break of structure, and we've basically got all this. All right. So the idea would be to try and capture the movement down to here. I mean, you know, we want trend and momentum on our side. Here, we only have momentum, right? We're in that corrective phase. I would go for this if the 4-hour chart or the 1-hour chart were extended, right? So if we were up here in an extended trend on this 1-hour chart and we hit that ADR checkpoint, that would be much more appealing to me to go for this. That would be much more appealing to me. As of right now, we're still early in that trend. We've got one more wave to go. Maybe it makes another push up to here, hits that ADR checkpoint, candles turn ice blue. Then we start looking for that counter trend move. Otherwise, we're just kind of in limbo here. We're just kind of in between. We're just kind of in between. Micro Dow. Let's check out the Micro Dow. Same thing on the Micro Dow. Sideways movement here. TrendCloud is pretty squished on that 4-hour chart, going sideways. And almost hit that ADR checkpoint early on, right? So we're kind of in between, doing the same thing. Downward momentum in an upward trend, kind of just going sideways, right? Indecision. Micro NASDAQ. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Micro NASDAQ. ADR checkpoints. Go out to the 15-minute chart. 15-minute chart is down. So we've got the 15-minute trend is in the direction of this corrective move. And this corrective move here is a little bit further along, isn't it? Cycling down, momentum is down, momentum is down on the 1-hour chart. Opening range. Okay. This is interesting. On the micro NASDAQ, if we do start to break below, break to the downside on that opening range, that fits our narrative a bit better, doesn't it? Because we're almost below that 200 on the CCI. And we didn't have that on the Dow. We do have it on the Dow, but kind of the Dow is kind of more sideways, isn't it? 15-minute chart is extended, recalculating to the upside. So that the NASDAQ is actually setting up for that corrective move. But again, nothing is extended here to the upside. Nothing's extended to the upside. So again, we're being discretionary, right? Russell, micro Russell, very strong. Micro Russell's complete opposite, isn't it? Uptrend, uptrend, cycling up, cycling up. Breaking out to the upside, making new highs. Wow. I mean, look at that. We just broke above. Micro Russell is making new highs. TrendCloud signals going off. That is the only one I see fit for a long. That fits our narrative. Uptrend across multiple time frames, cycling up. Momentum to the upside across multiple time frames. Great. You take those trend cloud signals all day long. The thing is, we are right. We are just starting to break through that supply zone. Okay, so this would be a great setup for the retest. The retest on the Russell would fit our narrative the best, right? Because we would get something like this, right? Break through all that structure, retest, and the move up. So that's what we would have to wait for there. Let's check on our kind of hanging out. It's working. Natural gas trade is working. Natural gas trade is working out. Bear trap, right? Bear trap working out. Looking for that 2-to-1. Looking for that 2-to-1 on natural gas. See, all we did was follow the procedure, right? We don't know if it's going to work or not. It's not our job. We don't know. We've got the proper amount of risk. We follow the plan over and over and over again. And at the end of the month, maybe we'll get 30% this time around. Okay, 24% last month in February. Let's see what March brings us just by following the TrendCloud plan, right? The only thing I see, again, discretionary slowing us down is this huge rejection candle off of that supply zone, right? So hopefully we make it back to that area, but we've got our target below that supply zone. We've got it below that supply zone at a 2-to-1. We got a good chance at this. It's moving in our favor. It looks good. Let's see if we could make it back to the top up there. That'd be a nice first trade for the month on our account. Remember, everything is back to 20,000, and we're going to see if we can do it again, right? See if we can make another 24%. We're shooting for 8%. We're shooting for 8% in this trading challenge. We're shooting for 8%. Can't lose more than $500 in a day. Can't lose more than $1,000 over the course of the 2 weeks. Those are the rules. All right. So that's it. That's it for today, guys. So we're in this natural gas trade. I will record this and follow up with you guys. I'll put it out in the newsletter. And if anybody is new here and you want the trade plan, just go over to the Trading View profile here. Go over to Trading View profile, and you can just click on to either the YouTube channel or this little link here, and I will send that to you guys. All right. So that's it, guys. All right, up to $80. Can we hit that target? It's working out very nicely. Working out very nicely. All right, everybody. Thanks, Frank. Thanks for listening, everybody. Hope you learned something. Maybe you guys took that natural gas trade. Hope you did. And I will see you tomorrow. And I will send this out to everybody and let you know how it worked out. Okay, guys, I will see you later.